Hey Caleb, in this video I am going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. My name is Seleni McGregor and I actually work with business owners just across the state of Utah. I'm actually based out of Utah County myself, so just a little bit further south from you guys. But I put together a quick custom video for you about your online presence, specifically how you are stacking up against your competition. I'm sure at this point you're most likely sitting there asking yourself, why would you be doing this? What's the catch here? That's a totally fair question. What I have found is that most local business owners are just too busy actually running their business. They're swamped with payroll, helping customers, answering questions, just dealing with employees and staying on top of jobs. And many times learning how to leverage the internet to benefit their company just gets buried underneath all of the other to-dos. And let's be real, half of the time, the only reason they haven't hired somebody yet is because they just don't know who to trust or know who's truly an expert. And that's exactly why I make videos like this. I found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of things that they can actually do to impact their business for free, it's resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and saying, hey, I like you, Seleni. Can you please just handle this for me? So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, then shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or even if at the end of this video you just want to take this free attack plan that I gave you and just do it yourself, that totally works for me too. So let's cover the 3 things that'll set elevated Stoneworkz above your competition. First, we're going to talk about content. Second will be citations, and third will be backlinks. So first up is content. So first of all, I love your guys' logo. The play on these letters here are super cool. So since Google isn't a human, it doesn't just know what you guys do. So it has to be told through your content. Content is basically going to be anything here. Sorry, my mouse is not scrolling. Anything here that you can see on your front page that is highlighted. So this can be text, it can be pictures, it can be what the pictures are saved as, what's behind the pictures. All of that can be considered content. Now, let me show you an example with the pictures, for instance. If we do a right click and a save as, we could see what your image is saved as. So this would actually be a great place. Right now you can see that it's just saved as like the screenshot name, right? This would be a great place to leverage high volume keywords by including those in your detailed image descriptions in your saved images. Again, all of these things are going to be what Google bots can read and basically get an idea of what is this business, what are the services you offer, what areas are you targeting, and that's going to position you in the search ranking. So the goal is having unique and authoritative content and enough of it to be able to add in the right keywords or key phrases that people are actually searching for in Google in order for somebody to find the services that you offer. Most business owners know that they need content, but what they don't know is that in order to rank number 1 on Google, typically the average content count is about 1,500 to 2,400 words on your homepage alone. Again, while making sure that it has the right keywords and phrases that people are actually searching for. So when I copied your content here and plugged it into a tool, I was able to see that you guys are sitting just over 1,000 words there on your homepage. Now, if we jump over into one of Salt Lake's top countertop companies here, we've got Ascent Countertops. If you flip through and look at their content here, I actually, sorry, that scrolled pretty fast. I actually copied and pasted their content and threw it into a counter as well. Looks like they're sitting just over 1,500 words there on their homepage. This is very beatable. Now we're actually going to jump over into one of my tools. This is called Ahrefs. It's a really cool tool. Typically costs a couple $100s a month if you guys want to go out and get it for yourself. But it essentially gives me behind the scene details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. And you can get an idea of what's working well for you and for your competition. So I ran a quick scan here for your competitors. Again, this is for Ascent Countertops. Initially, we can see an overview of how they are doing. We can see here that they have 3,500 keywords being found on their website and about how much traffic that is driving in. So we're actually going to dive a little bit deeper here and look at the exact keywords that they are ranking for and what your customers are actually searching for every month. So you can see here, we're actually going to add a filter because I look very location specific. Very important there. So we're going to actually search for Salt Lake City specifically, any keywords that they are being found for the Salt Lake City location, since that's where you guys are at. You can see here we're paying attention to this position column, this volume column, and then of course the keywords column. The largest high volume keyword that they are ranking for here is countertops Salt Lake City. That is being searched 150 times every single month. Second position there, so they're in a really high position. And then you can just kind of go down. These are a couple of the high hitters. We've got quartz countertops Salt Lake City being searched 100 times per month. Granite countertops Salt Lake City being searched 100 times a month. Granite countertops Salt Lake City, Utah, 40 times. You get the picture, going down 40, 40, 40. You can see here, there are tons of different things being searched. Bathroom remodel Salt Lake City, 260, if that's something you guys handle. Things like that. You can kind of get an idea of these different types of volumes here that they are ranking for. What would happen if your business was getting all of this traffic, or even just a percentage of that traffic? Pretty cool insight there. Now, if we jump over here into your website, we've got Elevated Stoneworkz pulled up here. We can see the exact same overview that we're seeing right here. We can see that your site doesn't have any keywords that it's being found for and what type of traffic that it's bringing in. Unfortunately, clicking on these keywords isn't going to show us anything because your site isn't pulling in for any of those keywords because you're not optimized for those terms. So again, just looking over what your competitors got, there's a lot of places that you could leverage those keywords that people are actually typing in and searching for. So again, to wrap up that first thing for content, the first thing to beat them is to get that minimum of the 1,500 words on your home page while making sure it has the right keywords. And I'd even go over the 1,500 to beat your competitors over here. So, and then include those right keywords. It's 100% beatable if you guys are able to get this done. Now, we're going to actually jump over here into Google. Again, for that top keyword, we've got countertops Salt Lake City. Typically, you see an ads section up here. It doesn't look like any are pulling up in this area. One thing to just mention really quickly about ads can totally work, but they can also be a money pit if your website isn't dialed in or if customers are using like an ad blocker. So just be careful to not burn your money through Google Ads until you know for sure that your site is going to convert. We're actually going to jump down here below the where the ad section normally is into this section. This is called the map section. It's the coveted map area. It has a lot to do with that second important thing that we're going to talk about, which is called citations. So you're probably asking yourself, well, what is a citation? Why do they matter? Great questions. So again, this is called the Google Map Pack. I'm sure you've seen it. You've probably used this section and possibly even thought to yourself, how in the world can I get my business up on here? And that's a great question, and it's about what I'm going to show you here. So to get yourself on the top 3, the number one thing that Google looks at is a thing called citations. Well, what is a citation? Citations are actually super simple. It's just your business name, address, and phone number being listed onto a bunch of online directories like this. Yelp, Yellow Pages, City Star, and so on. They just need to match your Google listing exactly. By having citations like this, it helps Google to be able to verify you and then give relevance to your local business. So to push your business up here on the top 3 spots on the map pack, super simple. You just need to increase your citation game. When you get more citations than your competitor, especially from authoritative and industry-specific websites, your credibility boosts, you gain more trust from Google, and therefore you get pushed up here above your competition. You might be asking yourself, great, but how do I actually do that? Well, there are paid tools like WhiteSpark or Bright Local that'll tell us exact directories that your competitors are listed on. We could go out and match those, but we don't want to just stop at matching them. We want to dominate them. So what we've seen with most companies in the countertop area, most of them are sitting around 200 to 350 citations. So if you're pushed down here below that, maybe second, third, fourth page, you might only have 10 to 30 citations. So we not only need to go get those citations to match them, but then we need to beat them online. Now let's talk about the last thing that I wanted to go over with you today, which is backlinks, or often called link juice. This third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. Let's actually jump back over here into Google for a sec. Okay, so when we've got this keyword, countertop Salt Lake City, you can see when we scroll down past the map back, we're hitting this organic listing section down here. You can see that your site is not ranked as number 1, 2, 3, 4, actually anywhere here on the first page of Google. Now, this is where you want to be because Google statistics have shown that at the top 3 businesses on Google get 75% of the clicks, meaning that most of your potential customers are choosing one of these first 3 results and are never making it down to your listing. And in order to get there, you need to beat out your competition in every aspect. You need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, this is where the backlinks come into play. Simply put, a backlink is when one website links to another website online. The easiest way to think about link juice or backlinks is to simply think about it like a popularity contest back in high school. You want the coolest, most popular kid to be recommending you. So in this popularity contest here, the business with the most relevant link juice or authority wins. And I say relevant because not all backlinks are created equal. So you guys are in countertop business, right? Well, you wouldn't want to have a backlink from an ice cream shop linking back to you guys because you guys don't make ice cream. Although that would be tasty, that backlink would be kind of useless to you. But if you were to have a backlink from a construction company linking back to you, that would be much more effective. Now we're going to jump over here into that Ahrefs tool again. You can see here on your site that you have a total of 6 backlinks. That's not bad. It's a start, but it's definitely not dominant. If we jump over here into your competitors, sorry, I need to get back into that overview screen. You can see they've got 504 backlinks. Again, they are from some strong, relevant sources. Again, how do we get these? We can actually see the exact sites that they are getting linked to them, and we can go out and get those same links for your business. Again, this is very beatable with time. Getting you guys to the top of Google, it's not magic, it's just a tried and true method. And I have shown you that exact method today. Again, those 3 things that you can do today to grow your online presence is first, focusing on that content. Let's beat out your competitors, you getting like 1,600 plus words on your homepage, and then making sure you've got those right keywords and phrases that people are actually searching for in your area so that your company gets found. Second, citations. Making sure you get your name, address, and phone number listed on as many online directories as you can. That way you can beat out your competition by a landslide. And then lastly, let's increase that backlink power that you've got going here to show that Google, you are the authority. If you implement these strategies today, you guys can be number 1 across Google. Now, I know how tough the market is, and I know how dependent small businesses are on third-party companies like Angie's List. I also know how painful it is to pay for leads that are shared amongst your competitors. What I have given you today gives you control over your leads, and it gives you an actionable plan that has clients coming straight to your door without a broker in between. So I'm sure you're wondering, okay, well, what now? Well, you really have a few options. First, if you feel like you cannot handle any more clients every month, that is absolutely fair. Just send me a quick note saying that you've watched the video, tell me your thoughts about it. I would really appreciate your feedback. On the other hand, if you're ready to grow, then you can take this blueprint and implement these 3 strategies on your very own today. I gave you the exact formula that businesses pay tons of dollars to have, and it is all yours to use to help your company. Now, if you found this information valuable, and if you are still one of those business owners to still raise their hands for the most effective route, just go ahead and respond to my email. We'll set up a time to chat and dive deeper into your specific situation and see what I can do to help your business really thrive. Again, my name is Seleni, and I look forward to your email. Have a great one.